And a happy Thursday, the first day of April 2021. 2021 is flying right on by, isn't it, folks? I hope you don't get too many April Fool jokes played on you today, but it seems like old Mother Nature's playing a good one on us, but it's not an April Fool's joke at all. Boy, is it going to get cold. A lot of you are already cold, and I am cooling up. The temperature is falling by the minutes. Here we have the NAM map. Before we get going, I do want to thank you for joining me today to check out the weather. I appreciate it a whole lot. If you're into the weather and you have not subscribed, please click subscribe in the lower right-hand corner. Click the bell and make sure you check off all to get all my latest videos. Also, if you have any weather pictures of any kind, click show more, scroll down. You will find my email address to send them to, as well as my collaboration partner Ann Dale with Homestead on the Colony. So let's get going right now. We'll click the future radar as you see it here. You see the time stamps. We'll let it roll around. These record-breaking cold overspread the areas from the lower Mississippi Valley to the northeast, and it's going to carry on for at least a couple of days, folks. We got wet snow to impact portions of the interior northeast and far northern New England today. Now, where the warm temperatures are found, well, they're across the western United States, with critical fire weather located across the northern plains and parts of southern high plain areas. Now, a strengthening low pressure system currently located near southern New England. Well, it's going to track on north, and it's going to produce some light to moderate rain in the morning hours today, but it's going to move along the coastal sections and move on the northeast of New England as it moves on out. And as it does so, this trailing cold front, the cold front, it's going to usher in much colder temperatures and gusty winds across the eastern United States. If the wind don't get you, the cold will. Put them both together, well, you got a nasty day. Now, moving slightly farther west, the low pressure center is looking like precipitation is expected to fall as snow today across upstate New York and the very portions of northern New England. Heavy wet snow looks like is going to be happening and impact the Adirondack Mountains as far north as Maine. Where you guys in the Adirondacks, you could get up to 4 to 8 inches of snow. Now, we got some light snow showers, which will remain possible this evening and into early Friday across the northeast and central Appalachians as well. Meanwhile, the combination of the warm temperatures and rain could lead to rivers to rise, and that could cause some ice jams to occur across northern and central Maine. Now, you do have flood watches up. They are in effect in those areas as a potential hazard at this time. Now, the most wide-reaching hazard associated with the current weather pattern across the eastern half of the country includes, I can't say it enough, take a coat out today. Bitter cold temperatures. Now, many locations from the northern and central plains to the Tennessee Valley, you guys already have sub-freezing temperatures this morning. And no, it's not an April Fool's joke. This is real, folks. Highs today are going to struggle to climb out of the 30s and 40s from the Midwest to the Ohio and Tennessee valleys as a strong high-pressure system builds over Illinois by Friday morning. Even colder temperatures are expected. In fact, several low-temperature records could be set Friday from the central Gulf Coast to the northeast. We got freeze warnings and watches out, as well as hard freeze warnings. They've been issued across middle Mississippi Valley, Tennessee, and lower Ohio valleys, as well as part of the southeast and the mid-Atlantic. And these low temperatures look like they can dip to near freezing as far south as central Georgia and southern South Carolina. Temperatures this cold during the beginning of April, of course, can cause damage to early season crops and plants. I'm sorry, I know a lot of you work real hard on your gardens. Please protect them the best that you can. Now, gusty winds along the East Coast is going to make it feel even colder at times for folks like me. Everybody on the East Coast, the winds combined with these cold temperatures, it's going to be bone chilling during nighttime hours. Now, across the western U.S., we got much warmer and tranquil weather. Now, it is expected to end the work week. High temperatures look like you guys could run well above average, and virtually no precipitation is expected. However, the combination of all the warm weather with the low relative humidity and the gusty winds, they're going to make conditions just right for wildfires to possibly spread uncontrollably across the northern plains and the southern high plains. Now, there is a critical risk of fire that extends from northern Montana to far northwest Minnesota, with a small area issued across the greater western Oklahoma Panhandle region as well. And in addition to all that, the red flag warnings have been issued across the northern plains as well as southeast Arizona. Let's check on severe weather for today. There were many of us who had some thunderstorms and some severe thunderstorms, but I haven't seen any tornadoes reported from yesterday or last night. But a lot of us from the Gulf Coast states moving right on across and the areas right through here. Mine came through in the early morning hours. Still it's a little bit cloudy out, but it's not raining. This system is pushing on up to the northeast, and it should go on up and out. As far as today goes, well, you see, the only place we have is Florida down here, and there is that chance for some isolated thunderstorms. They're going to be off and on throughout the day, and they're all possible across portions of the Florida Peninsula, but it's looking like that strong to severe storms are not going to happen. These are going to be thunderstorms. You need to watch them though. But right now, I don't think there's any chance of tornadoes with downdraft winds or hail or anything of that sort. You never know though, folks. Keep your eyes on it. Right in here, you can see from right around Lake Okeechobee, right on down through these areas and the coastline. You do have that number one. It's a number one marginal threat. Keep your eyes on the skies and everybody else on the outlying areas. But once again, I don't think we'll have any tornadoes or very severe wind gusts and hail with these storms. But I do want to add right quick, I've been doing some research, and it's looking like La Nina, if La Nina doesn't change, folks, I've seen tornadoes. I've been researching tornadoes, doing a lot of soundings, doing this, doing that. These tornadoes could stretch right on through until June or July, with off and on severe weather outbreaks. And it looks like, as of now, when I get back on here tomorrow, it may change. But right now, I'm thinking we're going to have a few very good days with no severe weather. And then all of a sudden, maybe popping up at the end of this week or sometime the second week of April, we might have another outbreak of severe tornadoes. So don't let your guard down. Be prepared and know what to do if something like this comes your way. Now, as we take a look at the watches and warnings map from the National Weather Service up in parts of mid to northern Maine, you see right in here, you guys watch out for floods, especially if you live in this portion where you see this green. You could have some ice jams to form. It could get a little hairy for you at some time throughout today, so please be aware and stay safe. And then as we come over to mid New York, the Adirondacks Mountains, all of this stuff right up in these areas, we have winter weather advisories where I told you you can get some snow. You're getting snow. You're going to get some off and on until the system passes. But then would you look at the dark blue starting over here in Delaware going up to Washington, D.C., North Carolina, South Carolina, Central Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee's got a double whammy of dark blue and purple. The dark purple is a hard freeze. The whole state of Kentucky, portions of West Virginia, Southern California, moving right on across to southern Indiana, Illinois, large portion of Missouri, coming down into Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and portions of Oklahoma. Cold. It's going to be a really cold night, folks. The day's not going to be a walk in the park either. And if you're in Middle Tennessee, you got a hard freeze coming on tonight. I mean a hard one. I'm not talking 32 to 30 degrees. I'm talking cold. And some of these places right up in these areas here, you could even get in the 20s also. So it's nothing to sneeze at. Pay attention to it. Other than that, the biggest weather story is the weather watches for fire weather. As you see, we have them in Montana, North and South Dakota, a little bit of Minnesota over in this area, and also parts of Nebraska moving down into Colorado, and for southeastern Arizona. That's the next biggest weather story. The biggest weather story is the cold. So please stay warm and stay safe, my friends. It's not going to be all that in a bag of chips. It's going to get cold again. Everyone stay safe, stay warm. May you have a good day, a safe day, and a blessed day. Thank you for everything you do for me. Everything. I appreciate it so much, and it helps me out so much. Hope y'all do have a good day. And stay safe and stay warm, okay? Peace, love, and kindness to each and every one of you. Thanks so much for watching.